So bored and so for this month, it's high time we go into the fantasy setting for a change. It's called Spice and Wolf, but this one is different to the other animes. It's about economics and... Well, hold on. It's also about the relationship between a young merchant and a naked fox girl. And a naked fox girl. Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the Anime Corner. I'm Tristan. I still don't have my glasses, so let's just forget about that. Shall we? This month we ventured forth into the fantasy realm of anime with Spice and Wolf. No. Anyway, Spice and Wolf is set in a historical setting in which the protagonist, Crafter Razanano, or as it's known in English, Craft Lawrence, a mid-20s traveling merchant who makes a living off by buying and selling things from town to town. During his night-stop visits at the town of Paslo, he finds in his wagon a naked girl. But not just any naked girl, but a naked girl that has fox's ear and tail. This fox-like girl is Horo, or in English known as Halo, and is Paslo's goddess of harvest, who has kept it blessed with good harvests of wheat for many years. But now she believes that the town has forsaken her and she wants to go back to her homeland, Risotto, in the far north. Since Crafter has a wagon, she asks him if she can accompany him and travel to her homeland. Whilst initially he was wary, he accepts. And so begins the journey to the north with various obstacles in the way. What makes this fantasy very unique to others is a huge underlying current throughout this whole anime is that it deals with economics, but in a fantasy way though. Now you may think that sounds boring, but for me and bored who aren't completely interested in economics, we were engrossed with the economics it deals with. And that certainly is saying something. Even though there are action scenes in it, it happens very rarely, and in fact all of the obstacles and actions are mostly dealing around with the economic crisis, such as Crafter going to be bankrupt. In fact, all of the proper action scenes in it are resolved around those economic crises. Yeah, you said it, Board. It's very tense, edge of your seat, and, more or less, except for those action scenes, just people talking. The writing is so excellent, and since I care about these characters so much, literally in one action scene, I literally said out loud, "No! He's gonna be bankrupt if this happens!" And I never really thought about that in any other animes or anything else. Even though I would like to describe what makes economic situation so good, it would probably bore if I just describe them. But trust me when I say that one person, one thing that aren't at all interested in economics was fascinated by them. Of course, you have to have a host of characters to boot. There's of course Crafter, who is very unique in that he doesn't have anything special at all with him. Just the fact that he has a very unique skill with doing what he does, being a merchant, buying and selling products. I really like the fact that they in fact make a less than ordinary character. But the main star of the show is of course Hiyori, who is an intriguing character in which she is very haughty and self-sufficient due to her being alone for hundreds of years in Paslo. Both Hiyori and Crafter has a very interesting and complicated relationship between each other. The only way I can describe it is that they're like an odd couple. There's a host of other characters along the way, and all of them are interesting in their own ways, and in fact fleshes out the world this anime has created. Now, unlike the other animes we have reviewed, Spice Morph is separated into 2 seasons. Whilst I was initially reviewing both seasons, I decided that since there's little to no differences between the two, and the fact is, without spoiling what happens, Season 2 is a continuation of the first season. The only big difference between the two is that the animation studio was changed from Imaging to Brian Space. And even that is not a really big huge difference, because literally both seasons looks identical unless you look really closely. You can't tell the difference. The animation is really good and has a great look towards the entire anime. The only problems I have is that the background animations are sometimes not really that good, and other times the moving animations are quite stilled. Other than those 2 problems that I've mentioned, I have no other problems with the animation. Voice acting is excellent across all board. Hun Fukuyama, who voiced Crafter, did a fantastic job voicing a less than ordinary character. Emi Kojima, who voiced Hiyori, did a fantastic job and did very much what the character is, a sly and devious one. Everyone else did an exceptional job, and nobody was either off-putting or didn't fit in their roles. There is a dub version for this anime, and whilst I haven't fully watched the anime with the dub, Wired was actually very good, and I would recommend it if you can't read subtitles pretty fast, because when there's a lot of talking, there will be a whole lot of subtitles. Just give up, bored. The only other problem I reckon I got is that Season 2 literally left it open-ended and to be continued onto a Season 3. But there isn't any. And Season 2 came out in 2009. So I really hope they continue on to the story, and if they do, I'll review it if it does come out. If we do not get a season 3, do not fret, people, because Spice and Wolf is in fact based on a series of books, which of course has been translated into English. And literally in Japan, the books that the short books they have on enough is in fact has finished. Whilst of course the translation of English has not been finished, you can still continue from where the anime has left off, in fact. So there's that if all hopes fail. The music overall is in fact very good on enough, and I really enjoy what they did with the music, because all enough with the score music all enough, in fact, they in fact more or less use instruments that would be used in this world they've created. Also of course, they'll enough the beginning theme songs for both season 1 and season 2 were both really good and both really introduced the world of Spice Wolf all enough. The ending theme song for season 2 is also really good, but the ending theme song for season 1 is very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. All I would say is it's got to do with food. Yeah. And for some odd reason it fits perfectly. Bizarrely. So overall, what do I thought of Spice Wolf? I thought it was an excellent anime. That they deal with economics in such an intriguing way, and with the characters that I care about, I really care what's going on, even though I've never been interested in economics before. The animation has an additional fantasy look, yet different to the other ones. The voice acting is top notch all around, and even the dub is worth checking out. So I'll give it 4 stars. Bored? Why the half? Well, fair enough. No. Anyway, thanks for watching the 4th episode of the Anime Corner. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about Spice Wolf if you have or are going to see it. Yeah, I can agree on that. See ya and catch you later. Anyway, where did all the video at you? I mean, you didn't do anything bad, did you? Wait. You what?
Seven up on a witch's tree, with 7 seeds to plant inside of me.